So last fall during our soccer season, this mission trip was introduced to us. Isaac Gutierrez came in and spoke with the team and kind of told us what the mission trip involved and offered it as an opportunity for us. And at that time, it was kind of in the back of my mind, and I was like, yeah, I'll go. Because during that time, I was really focused on the soccer season. So I kind of felt the Lord calling me to go, but at the same time, it was in the back of my mind. So to actually be here, it's really cool. Being able to connect with the people here by playing soccer lets me then share the gospel, because it's a connection we have. Over here, sport is like a universal language. This is all they have at some points. And so being able to play with like little kids like that is just heartwarming, and you don't need to speak their language. You can just go out with a ball and have fun.
There's kids around this world that don't have the same opportunities as we do. So being able to go into a place like the schools that we've been visiting and kind of spectating around is really amazing to see them take an opportunity, like having a missions group come in, a team come in. They're all so attentive, which has been absolutely amazing and refreshing to see, because stateside, we don't get that a lot. So just understanding like, hey, like there is still kids out there and people out there that want to learn and want to continue to grow and are more than happy and grateful.
Trips like this, being out in God's creation and just being with new people and your brothers, it allows you to really focus and dig deeper into your faith and see what God's actually saying. Just being in these schools and seeing the joy in some of these kids' faces who don't really have very much. Just even comparing that to America and all the things we take for granted, definitely puts in perspective, how important missions work is. God's commanded us to go to all nations and take his name everywhere. And being a part of that's been a huge blessing.
Going to the schools, honestly, has been my favorite part of this whole trip so far. It just shows like how easy it is to spread the gospel. All you have to do is literally go share your testimony and share what Jesus Christ has done in your life. And that's pretty much it. Just like serve the kids and let them know that Jesus loves them. And that has been like so cool to me to see how like easy it is and how I can do it back at home too. And just to get to like talk to the team about it and to reflect on like what we've been doing here has been so good to us.
Before, I kind of just thought of missionaries as people who go overseas and share the gospel, but what I've learned is it takes a lot of faith, and without that, they would get nowhere. They have to have so much faith in God that he'll provide for them, for food, for their team, and everything like that. Yeah, well, this experience has been awesome. Before this trip, I always thought of missions, you have to go across the world or go somewhere else just to be involved in missions. But while we're here, there's a lot of Brazilian people that are involved in missions here. So, and kind of changing my mindset, like I don't have to go somewhere to do missions, I can do missions at home.
Again, this morning, a couple of the guys were sitting and doing devotions, and I was just looking out into the landscape and just really just taking in, like, he really is the God of everything. He's the creator. We're out here in the jungle, very different from back home in the cornfields of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yet every detail has been fabricated and knitted to his specific calling. And it's just, it's very, I like to say it's very heavy, but in a sense it is like, wow, like we're 3,000 miles away, yet God still holds the burden in his hands, and that's something that's just very encouraging to see.
Yeah, I think it's been cool just to see, all the different journeys they've had to get to here. We've heard from a lot of missionaries from Word of Life that work with Tito, but I think just seeing that, all their journeys look different. And a lot of times God tugged in their hearts for years and they said no, and then some of them moved away and moved back. And just the fact that, God brings his people where he needs to do his work. We're not the ones that do anything. I think it's been the most encouraging thing. And all those missionaries have been very clear in that, like God is the one working. And when we put our hope in that, we remember it's not about us. That's what I think our ministry is most effective.